Hi once again, this is Sir Henry. Our next topic for today is about four fundamental operations on integers. I have mentioned in my previous video what integers are. So this time, we're going to study the four fundamental operations on integers, particularly addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So let's get started. For addition, the first thing that we need to understand is first, what are the signs of the two given addends? Because the process is addition. So in integers, there are only two possible signs. One is positive and one is negative. So when two addends are both positive or both negative, they are like sign. Conversely, if one addend is positive and the other one is negative, we know that these addends are what we call unlike sign. So why is there a need for us to determine whether the addends are like signs or unlike sign? Simply because this will be our basis whether the two addends we need to add or we need to subtract. So when the two addends have like signs, all we have to do is to add these two numbers. Example, let's say we have negative 3 plus negative 7. So you can see both of them are negative. That's why they are called like sign. Now, all we have to do is to add these two numbers. 3 plus 7 will give us 10. And then we bring down the sign negative. And this is now our answer. Another example is negative 4 plus negative, let's say, 8. Again, let's first check whether the signs are similar or not. So both of them are negative. We simply add the 4 and the 8. So we have now 12. And again, we bring down the sign negative. Okay? But if we have both positive, let's say positive 8 plus positive 5, the sum of this is 13, and once again, we bring down the sign of positive. Alright, now, if the numbers are positive, we can also write this as plain 8, and then plus plain 5 here. Notice that when a number is a positive, you may or may not write the positive sign. So the answer here is 13. Okay? Another one is we have positive 10 plus positive 3. This will give us, since they have the same sign, this will give us 13, and we put the positive 13 or simply 13. Okay? So this is the first computation wherein we can see that there are like signs on both addends. Now here, unlike sign, meaning one number is positive, the other one is negative. Example, one is negative 10, then we add it to positive 3. Okay? So what do we do when we have problems like this? So first, let's investigate. One addend is negative, the other one is positive. That's why they have a like sign. So what we're going to do here is we subtract these two numbers. So 10 minus 3 will give us 7. And how are we going to determine whether the sum or the difference of these two numbers is positive or negative? We choose the sign of the number with a bigger value, absolute value. And since 10 is greater than 3, then we use the sign negative because 10 is greater than. Okay, another example, we have positive 10 or positive 11 and then plus negative, let's say negative 4. Okay, so again, they have unlike signs, so we subtract 11 and 4. That gives us 7 again, but this time 11, which is positive, is greater than 4. Then we say that the answer is positive 7. Okay, another one, we have negative 20 and then plus positive 6. They have unlike signs, so we subtract these two numbers. So 20 minus 6 will give us 14, and the sign that we're going to use here is negative because 20 is greater than 6. Okay? So that's it for addition of integers. Okay? So the next discussion will be, how do we subtract integers? Actually, there's only one rule in subtraction of integers, and that is we need to change we need to change the sign of the subtrahend then go to addition process. Meaning to say, there is really no actual computation in subtraction. An example of this is negative 10 minus positive, let's say positive 8. Okay? We're going to rewrite these two numbers, and then we're going to change this operation subtraction to addition. So this is your minuend, the first number, and this is your subtrahend. Okay? Since we are going to change the sign of the subtrahend and not the minuend, so we will just copy again the negative 10. But here, we change the sign of positive 8 to negative 8. And we change the operation from subtraction to addition. So whatever knowledge we got from our previous discussion, then we're going to apply it here. So now we can say that the two addends have a like sign. So we add them, 10 plus 8 will give you 18, and then bring down the sign. So the difference of negative 8 and negative 10 and positive 8 is negative 18. Okay, let's have one more example. What if we have a positive 3 minus positive, say, 6. Okay, again, we copy the positive 3 with or without sign because it's positive. And then, we reverse the sign of the subtrahend from positive 6, it becomes now negative 6. And now, after changing the sign of our subtrahend, we also change the operation from subtraction to addition. Now, after we change the sign of the subtrahend, we change also the operation from subtraction to addition. And now, as we can see, these two addends have unlike signs. So what do? We subtract these two numbers. Okay, even if the first number is smaller than the second one, we still get the difference. We subtract 6 and 3, and that will give us 3. But the sign that we're going to use is negative simply because 6 is greater than 3.